Hey, it's Birdman for Birdman on the Mountain, powered by Cellular One, hanging out here at the Chamber of Commerce in Show Low. The building we're going to be showing you here a little bit later. I showed some before photos up on Instagram a while back. They've done a lot of work, and they still have some more work to do. It's all the finishing touches going on. But we're talking about this week, Show Low Days, because that's the big event happening. I'm going to start it off with Rick. How you doing there?
I'm doing great, and I just appreciate this opportunity to get the word out about our 2017 Cruising the Rim Car Show this Friday night and Saturday, all day Saturday.
Right. Now, how many years has this been going?
This is the 14th year for the show.
Nice.
And like I said, the last 2 years, this year now makes it the third, the Salvation Army White Mountain Outpost is our benefactor of our show. We're a 501c3, and so our proceeds benefit them. We're all volunteers. That's all the Cruising the Rim car show, the Rim Country Cruisers, that's all we do is put this car show on. We're all volunteers and just love classic cars and like to promote the area as well.
Cool. So I want to give a couple different things. I want to talk through, first of all, for people that are listening that are down the valley or down in Tucson or anywhere else that are going to be coming here with their vehicles, how to get to it, because we throw this little wrench in the works.
We do.
Which is another car event, kind of like, which is Derby Down the Deuce.
Derby Down the Deuce.
So let's talk them through that.
Yeah, for those people that are arriving from Globe, they'll actually not turn onto the Deuce. They'll actually stay on Clark Road or 260 and head kind of to the northwest, turning right on Old Linden Road. And they'll see car show signs that will tell them how to get to the show. And that's because the Derby Down the Deuce is close the Deuce from about 7:40 to about 10:30.
Right.
So during those hours, they're going to find it a little difficult to get there from the Payson or Globe route. But from Payson, they'll simply turn left on Old Linden Road, continue on Old Linden Road, follow the signs, turn left on the Deuce, and turn left into the car show. Coming from either Pinetop Lakeside, Holbrook, Springerville, Eager, Concho, they won't have any issue. They'll just simply continue on to the Deuce and turn right on 9th. And 9th is where the county health building is located, and at the end of that street, they'll see a huge soccer field. So that's where the event is at, is on the grass at the Frontier Fields.
Frontier Fields. Now, I just want to let you know that, our police is pretty friendly. So, if you kind of have a car that looks like it's going to the car show and you sort of wave at them like going car show, that they'll sort of effort you the right way.
We hope for that to be the case. Last year was kind of a mess because of the triathlon being held also that morning, and that prevented people from even getting to our show.
Yeah.
So we talked to the city, and the triathlon will not be held on the same day as our car show, so should not be an issue this year.
Very good. Awesome. Yeah, that was kind of a nice little... We saw that perfect storm forming last year, and we were all sitting in meetings going,
what is going on?
What are we going to do?
Yeah.
And we knew it was going to cause an issue. But
we'd love to spread it out, but Show Low Days, it's neat. It's all family venues, so we've decided that we'll keep it at least on Show Low Days, at least for the time being.
Yeah. So we talked to you here right before the show started, and I was talking about how many you could handle. Vehicles, you expect somewhere around, you said?
About 200 is what we're looking at this year. We can handle, if we parked them a little tighter, we could probably get, 350.
Right.
But we'd like not to. We like having it spread out. It just makes it easier for the spectators to come in and enjoy the cars and not really feel crowded.
Okay, let's talk about some of the things. First of all, it's a car show, so be respectful of the vehicles.
Yes.
Let's keep our jewelry down to a minimum, belt buckles, things like that. You got to think about that.
Right.
I always like to point that out to people about car shows.
And, some people don't mind. And, in fact, I love it when people will walk up to my car and want to sit inside, or I see a youngster looking at it. I say, do you want to sit in it? And, of course, their eyes light up, and they love it.
Yeah.
And it gives the parents an opportunity for the kids to see, for them to see their kids in the car. So I have no problem. I'll have, at any point in time on a car show, 10, 15 kids sitting in my vehicle.
So I have a pet jaguar and then a lion. Can I bring those? Oh no,
Sure.
Animals. What are we like animals on?
We are pet friendly. Pet Allies is going to be there. They're one of our nonprofit vendors that will be there. We just ask you to be respectful. Don't let your dogs near the cars, because for some reason tires are a favorite target.
They like to pee on those.
They love to do it, and of course that really messes up the sidewall of a vehicle. So please be respectful. Pick up your dog's waste and like I said, muzzle them if you think they're possibly going to bite somebody.
Yeah,
So.
it's and if you have any relatives that are that way too, please muzzle them. But so awesome. Any other things you want to tell people about this car show?
You bet. Friday, they get a chance to preview the vehicles. Chaz Hatch and his crew are hosting a burger burn. They're catering in the food. They've got a live band, and hopefully they'll hear more about that. But yeah, we're really fortunate that they've stepped up, and that's going to be Friday night. So starting at about 5:45 up until about 8 o'clock, it's our cars are going to gather there. It should be a fun time, and that's open to the public. They literally want everybody to come and see these classic cars. A preview on Friday night.
Very cool. Awesome.
See?
So anything else?
Yeah, people can register at the show. They even if you haven't pre-registered, come starting at Friday at noon. They can register their vehicles, and also Saturday morning from 7 to 9, we'll be registering vehicles, and the show literally starts at 9 o'clock, and that's when judging will begin as well.
Very cool.
So
let's say I don't want to do the car show, but I'd like to show off my car.
Yep.
Can you just come and do that?
You can do that. You can put your vehicle in the show if you don't want it judged. We ask that you at least register one vehicle. Any additional vehicles, we literally had one guy bring about 6 vehicles, and the other vehicles were just for show. So we appreciate that as well. Spectator ballots. I need to mention this. The first 200 people through the gate on Saturday will get to vote for their favorite vehicle. So the public is welcome, and we literally want them to vote for their favorite vehicle. We have those awards. We have 5 spectator awards. So
very cool. Awesome.
Okay.
We look forward to seeing that. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to see some of the car show this year. I'm usually stuck over at Cholo Days because it's just nonstop activity. Everything bustling around town. Want to also mention there is a shuttle.
Yes.
That will allow you to get from the venues back and forth.
That's correct. Free shuttle if you want to park at the car show and partake of the activities at the park. Hop on the bus, and I understand it'll be running about every 20, 25 minutes. So, and that's a free shuttle for people going from the car show to the park or the park to the car show. So bring the whole family. It should be a lot of fun.
Very cool. Hey,
all right.
Former mayor of Sholo here. Thank you very much for your time.
You bet.
And have fun over there at the car show. Hold on, and we're going to give you a lot more details about Sholo Days. Okay, so still hanging out here at the Sholo Chamber of Commerce, and I've added a cast of extras. We got Jimmy. How you doing?
Well, we're the cast of extras, apparently.
He's got his pen hanging out here.
Yeah, right.
And Seth, how you doing? Seth, what's your last name again?
Gaston.
Gaston.
Or
Yes.
Gaston.
Yeah, so
Depends on how French you
had
want
that great movie with the Beast recently, right?
That's
No,
right,
Cool. And you're with, of course,
Hatch Toyota.
yes. And if you don't know who Hatch Toyota is, well, you haven't been paying attention.
Right.
So, we're going to talk about, first of all, the Burger Burn, right?
Sure. The Burger Burn over at the Hatch Toyota.
Yeah, so we started with Rick talking about the car show and everything that's going on.
Right.
I want to talk a little bit about the pre-events. So one of them is, of course, this Burger Burn. So tell me about what's going to be going on. He alluded to it, but what's happening over there?
So Friday night from about 5:45 to 8 o'clock or so, we are going to have the Burger Burn. We're hosting the car club or the car show out there where everybody gets to bring their cars out. We're going to cook hamburgers. We're actually having it catered from Grumpy Jake's.
Nice.
So they're guaranteed to be good. And then we also have a live band out there playing too. We have Dee Rand that's going to be playing.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
it should be a good time. Everybody's welcome to come out, check out the cars, have a little fun.
Okay, and you got a stage and everything, or they pretty much landed out there, and
Yeah,
We move some cars out of the way and park.
So we're gonna we'll get some cars out of the way for especially the show cars to come out. There's plenty of parking, and we're gonna serve burgers till they're gone.
burgers till they're gone.
Yep,
Cool.
that'd be great.
Now
Sweet.
there's another Burger Burn going on
Yeah.
at the same time, so you can actually hit double burgers.
Yeah.
I always like that about the Sholo Days going on. There's if you think you're bored for a moment, just go over to another one and come ping pong all
Right.
night long. So the band going on over there, the Burger Burn, then also over at the
At Hatch Motorsport.
Hatch Motorsport.
Hatch Motor Company.
company. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Motorsports, Motor Company. There's a few hatches here. Aren't
Yep.
Trying to mess us up.
there? Yes.
And these cars are like way smaller than the cars at Hatch Toyota. These are for the Derby cars over there.
Yeah. Okay. And the Derby down to Deuce. So explain that.
So Derby Down Deuce, we do the night before. Of course, Derby Down Deuce is Saturday morning, but the night before we do a weigh-in and inspection. We got to inspect all those cars, and while we're doing that, everybody's coming to look at the cars. So we do another Burger Burn, and and things like that. So that's from 5 to 7 over at Hatch Motor Company, and see all the cool derby cars and come on out. Same thing. We'll burn burgers until we're done with burgers. So come on out. If you're hungry that night and you don't get any food, you goofed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were thinking. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
right.
and you pretty much just look for a hatch and find it. Yeah.
Exactly. That's it, bud.
Okay, so now we do both those burger burns, and that's sort of the setup for the that night.
Prep, right.
At Friday night at the field is what?
Friday night at the field is Wild Ride plays that night. So there's a 6 p.m. is the kickoff and
Opening ceremony.
opening ceremony. Right after that,
We don't light a torch or anything, but yeah, it's
he pass it. No, we're not doing that. No fire. Don't
no
go
fire.
There. Don't go there.
No fire.
Right. Don't go there. Right now we're good. Right after the opening ceremonies, Wild Ride takes the stage, and they'll play till 10. So come on out. It's good entertainment. It'll be fun. There's beer, wine, and a bunch of vendors. So that's a good evening right there.
Once again, if you can't find food,
Yeah, there's so many.
There's a lot.
something
There's
wrong
a
with you.
truckload of-
Food and entertainment, absolutely all night.
Yeah.
Okay, now start us out Saturday.
Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Actually, let's go before 8 a.m. 7:40, we shut the Deuce down. 8 a.m. is when the actual Derby Down the Deuce starts, and it's right here in front of the Chamber of Commerce. But 7:40, we shut that Deuce of Clubs down, which means to you, be in place and be parked and be where you're going to be before that. They're rerouting around where we actually do the Derby, so they shut part of that Deuce down in that time frame. Takes us about 20 minutes to get the track ready, do our final test on our timing system, and then we start at 8 and with our first run. That usually goes to about 10, 9:40, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then we'll, at that point, the Derby's over, we take another 15, 20 minutes putting the road back together again, and then they open the road up.
So I want to make mention, if you have allergies like myself, and you had issue with the hay.
The hay. No hay, brother.
And the hay, no hay.
No hay.
Yeah, they replaced it with tires.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I don't have an allergy to tires, which is
Good.
beneficial. So, yeah.
You sure do, right? Because that sucked. If
Yeah,
you
that,
did.
that would really stink. But yeah, no. So no hay, and anybody around here that was worried about the hay being blown all over the place for the next 2
Yeah.
or 3 days, it didn't last 3 days. Are we kidding? Yeah, but anyways, yeah, no hay. So cool. Okay, so Derby Down and Deuce.
Derby Down Deuce.
And let's give it. Here we go into Shola days. That basically kicks it really off. For the
Yeah,
morning.
it does. So same time that's going on, or as the Derby is ending, the same thing's going on over at the other park, at the senior field, and the upper field is Itty Bitty Olympics starts. The park is open at 9 a.m. All the food, all the arts and crafts vendors. Throughout the day, there's entertainment on the stage, bands playing, different entertainment that's going to be there. Throughout the day on Saturday also is the CrossFit competition. Also, there's another one on Saturday. I can't remember what it is. I'll remember in a minute.
Tug of War? Or?
Tug of War is Friday night
Okay,
before
Friday night.
the opening ceremony.
okay.
So we're going backwards in time.
Yeah.
4:30, 5:30. I don't remember now. I have to
Okay.
get a program, which we just got. They're
So
right
you know what
there.
we're going to do? We're going to pause. We're
Go
gonna
get
let
a
him-
program,
Let him
grab
escape so he's not stuck on a headset. Hold on
Right.
a second.
Don't leave yet.
So,
me go
so
grab
hold on. We're going to grab a program and we're going to zip you through it and
Yeah.
give you all the details on what you want to know about Sholo Days. Okay, so here's what we did. We did a reset, and we're going to run you through the schedule. So we're going to talk through the schedule, what's happening each day, and sort of we already talked about the fact that we know that there's a car show. We know that there's burger burns. We got that covered. We got the Derby Down the Deuce started, but I added another gentleman right now, and that is Mr. Mike Bosley.
Hey guys, how are you
Boss, how you
today?
doing, man?
Cool.
And you're here.
And he's here. So why don't you take us through Derby Down the Deuce? Because we didn't really get into the details of Derby Down the Deuce. We understand what a car show is. You know, that's cars sitting in a field and people walk around and look at them. And they mentioned this other car thing. They're not really cars, are they?
Well, some of them are cars, some of them are.
Some look less car-like than
yeah.
others.
Derby Down the Deuce is an activity that the chamber created about 6 years ago,
Yep.
and it is a fundraiser, of course, to help the chamber. But it's also it's a bunch of guys sitting around that love to be childs and still not be childs. So we built derby cars and push them down the major street of Sholo as part of Sholo Days.
It's like a Pinewood Derby on steroids.
It's sort of a hold my beer moment without the beer.
That's exactly. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
Kinda is.
there are actual rules, so nobody's really going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But it looks like they could.
So you've seen online the Red Bull,
Oh,
where they
right.
have
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's not
Flutog,
that
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
No, it's more of a race, and in fact, there's a lot of money, especially this year,
Oh, yeah.
for first place on either the design
Yep.
and the speed category.
Yep.
So there's going to be a lot of intense competition, I believe, this year.
Yeah. So there's a thing called Soapbox Derby. This isn't that. It's not it at all. So it's not even related to it. Has nothing to do with it. Their car's going down a hill. So don't get confused by it being
Yeah.
that. But that's probably the closest a thing to it that you might recognize.
Yeah.
There's a start ramp. These are self-powered. In other words, or
Gravity
not self-powered, gravity
Right.
driven.
Okay, so explain that. Explain the rules a little bit.
So these cars, as long as they are
Pretty vague.
not taller than 10,
10
feet,
feet, right.
not wider than 6 feet, and not longer than 8 feet. So you've got a lot to work with in there.
big box.
Yeah. DC Restoration has proved that. And
Box.
Yeah, but it didn't really move. But anyway,
you can get this car up to 500 pounds. So, I mean,
With the driver.
With the driver. So,
With the
soapbox
driver,
derbies are all about trying to get their car as light or,
right.
This we found is a little different. So, up to 500 pounds. And you can either go for a speed category, which is the guys racing down. We've clocked them at somewhere close to 40 miles an hour when they're topping out at the bottom of the racetrack. Then you have the design category, which is anybody build anything. I took a water softener tank
Yeah.
and built a car out
And
of
I
it.
think DC topped out somewhere around -0.2 miles
We had
per hour.
to push him across. No, we didn't. But we've seen on that design carrier, we've seen things like toilets going downhill, a washer and dryer down here, a tub going down.
We saw a piano.
Piano with Kermit the Frog playing it.
Yeah.
Downhill.
Nice.
Any kind of design.
So cool stuff.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. And
Awesome.
if nothing else, the watching on Saturday
Yeah,
morning,
it's
if you're
cool.
not part of the building, which is a lot of fun, and do it next year if you do, but watching it is a lot of fun. Watching all these different cars, some make it, some keep you on your toes, some
The
hey,
ones
are
that
just
Bosley makes are the ones he's talking about.
So last year we did a play-by-play announcement. Boz and I were on a stage. We're going to be on the roof of the Chamber of Commerce, and they promised me they've checked out the roof.
It's good, dude. Don't
They-
worry about
as
it.
long as we don't do jumping jacks.
Hold
I'm
my beer.
pretty sure-
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to be doing it. But this year they've given us a radio too, so we actually know who's racing. So we'll announce it properly.
It'll be a lot of fun, and
Very cool.
The commentary is also a great
Yeah.
fun aspect of the
I
race.
have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. Anyways, so okay, we do that. That shuts down. Right as that's shutting down, there's a color run that's going to be going on.
That's right.
Or color walk or
So
something.
starting at 10:30 from the other side of the Deuce Clubs, the other side of Main Street, they'll start a color run. They've done in the past. The Living Hope does a walk for life, and so this year they've added the color part to that, and so it's now splashing. You know the thing where you running down, they splash the color on your head,
Like
and by the
chalk
time
or
you make it
something,
to the end, you're multicolored, right?
So the idea is you start with a white shirt and you end up with a pseudo tie-dyed mess.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways,
Right.
And
good.
It is.
Dude,
it
there's
is
something
washable.
in your hair. Yeah, it is.
It
Yeah,
is
completely.
washable.
Yeah.
Baking
Okay.
soda, starch.
I don't know. It's
something
starch.
like that.
Starch,
Corn
yeah.
starch and
What do
color.
we know?
Yeah.
Doesn't that mix
It's
well
that.
with water?
Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Always. So, anyways,
it's
that's going on.
washable.
What's next?
So we mentioned Itty Bitty going on right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Also on Saturday. What else is going on Saturday? We talked about the King of the Mountain CrossFit competition. That starts about 10 o'clock, and that'll go all the way through Saturday, probably around 4 or 5. So
That's a
get your-
long competition.
Yeah. Well, no, different teams will go, and
Oh.
a team of 2 or 3 will take their time to do each of the events, and then another team will come in and
Oh,
do
okay,
that.
cool. Cool.
Okay.
Of course, fastest time on some of these things. Usually in CrossFit, they'll either go for fastest time or most reps.
Is there one of those trophies for last place? Because I could polish that one off
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Worst fit.
Worst fit.
Needs
CrossFit.
the most help.
We'll just cross out one. Worst fit.
cross
Bosley.
cross
There you
out
go, Boz.
or cross outfit.
Give him his
There we
credit,
go.
yeah.
Cross outfit award. There you go.
So course, the Derby Awards, the Itty Bitty Awards, the Color One Awards, those are starting at 12, 12:30, and 1 o'clock. So that's when, excuse me, the award ceremonies are for those kind of things. And then throughout that day, the rest of the day is just entertainment that's going on. The stage will always be active. There's going to be people on it doing different things, dance competitions, teaching you how to dance is something that we've had. We've got a couple coming in that have they're instructors that teach dance lessons, and so we'll do that before the bands play at night. So if you want to do some country dancing and you want to do it that night, then you can learn how.
So I can get up there, fail at CrossFit. I can fail at dancing, and oh, cool. This is good.
Yeah.
Good learning experience.
In public.
In public.
With a beer.
Always a benefit. With a beer. Yeah, hold it. I'll be right back.
I'm going to try and dance. Hold on. Was that a dancing joke?
I don't
Maybe
know.
the dancing
Who
joke.
knows?
broke
Dancing
it.
or whatever. Anyway, so we
dancing
were
with
talking
beer.
about the
Duh.
fact that you have Derby
Special
Down the
needs.
Deuce special needs cars.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Yeah,
So yes, the Derby Down the Deuce awards are at 1 p.m. One of the big parts about Derby Down the Deuce that we're very happy is we get to have 3 very special cars that are designed to have an autistic child in front. And it has steering and braking, but then it also has master controls for an adult to be in the very back of this car. So we're adding this, and it is a lot. I mean, the spectators love this, watching these guys who would never have a chance to drive a derby car down the Deuce, and now they get to. So if you don't even get to watch the race, come check it out, because them getting the awards is just as awesome.
And I'm not sure who has more fun, the kid in the front or the person in the back going along with them, because it's kind of a blast.
You see the crowd cheering for him and the smiles that cross that line. Man, I'm done. We'd be done. It's good.
Very
It
good.
is.
Cool.
It is.
Awesome.
But that happens at 1. And what happens at 2?
What happens at 2?
I don't know.
Oh, well, so the award ceremonies are 12, 12:30, and 1.
Oh, okay.
2. So throughout the day, like I said, throughout the day, there's entertainment sporadically throughout the day. So we don't need to.
Yeah, we got bands on stage. We got performers on stage. We got all kinds of things
so the
going on
bands start
constantly.
later on that night. So
Okay.
5 o'clock. You mentioned Dee Dee Rand's playing over at Hatch Toyota on Friday night. Saturday night we have them. So they're there from I think 5 to 7, and then they warm up for the Watkins band, which starts at 7, and they'll play till 10.
Okay.
So that's some good rock and roll right there.
Cool. And who did you say Friday night was again?
Friday night's Wild Ride.
Wild Ride.
Wild
That's right.
Ride.
It was a
Oh,
great,
man.
great band.
They
Yeah.
are
Good
a
band.
great band. Seen
Yeah.
them
A lot of
several
fun.
times.
Cool. Okay. So, and that pretty much ends us up Saturday night.
That's, Saturday evening. We'll come into Sunday. We open back up at 9 a.m. Park's open. More food, more arts and crafts. All the vendors are there. Big thing that day is Wiener Dog Race.
Oh, Wiener Dog Race.
That's a riot. If you've never seen a Wiener Dog Race, just Google it right now. And
It's
the
quite
funniest
possibly
thing.
the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
complete
so-
riot. So we line up, a track for the straight lines for them to run in,
And they don't run in a
They
straight
don't
line
run into-
necessarily.
and release the hounds, if you will.
Release the hound.
It's totally cool.
Now, I want to mention down on the field, we've got all kinds of food vendors. We've got all kinds of regular vendors. Specifically, the sponsors here on Birdman on the Mountain, we've got Persnickety is going to be there, as far as I know.
Yummy.
We've got, I'm not sure what iteration of Mr. Matt McGowan's operations is going to be, but I think it's a Hey You Hungry truck, but I'm not sure.
Well,
Yeah?
we'll see.
We'll see, or it's the
It's
house
gonna
or it's something else. I don't know.
be, and he's got.
Spice Rages, too.
No, I think he got a wedding he's catering that night. And,
Nice.
And then other event that he's catering. So, dude's spread thin. Yeah,
And then-
we'll see what he's got. We don't know whatever's left.
We got White Mountain Donuts.
Yeah.
So White Mountain Donuts, of course, you can hit all these places. And, of course, the Pour Station, I think you're bringing ice and water.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
taking care of all the ice
Yeah,
vendors.
cool.
Yeah.
And unless I missed anybody else, I don't know. But all kinds of things going on in town. Sunday night band. What's Sunday? Sunday
we close at
Sunday's
2.
mass chaos when everybody tries to leave at 2. So.
Yeah, it is.
So
Well, you got to
relax.
think.
It's okay.
Seriously, we packed that field in 2 full days
Right.
to fill it. And then we try to empty it in 2 hours because we're
No,
dumb like
we try to empty it in like a half an hour. What's
it
2
winds up
hours?
being 2.5, 3 hours.
23
but-
minutes.
I say
Yeah.
we
Go.
need to make another gate entrance on the other side.
And
just,
another
just,
road
Just
and a-
take it down.
Yeah.
Hey,
won't
City of
mind.
Sholo, come on, step up.
Can you build a road? No.
Cool. All kinds of fun. I'm sure we missed a couple things, no big deal, but there is a program that you can pick up and get. That'll be available at the gate.
At the gate.
You can get it here at the chamber right
Yep.
now. There's about 6,000 of them sitting over there in
Yep.
stacks. And it has the full details. Also in the back, it has something cool you should check out. So go find that, figure out what it is, and if you can read, you'll figure it out. If not, well, whatever.
Your loss. Your loss.
Your loss.
And blame your teachers for not reading.
It's worth at least $1. So, yeah.
It is.
And then on the field, by the way, when you get kids and if they like ponies, make sure you're looking around for the Jill Tinkle team because they got little things that might get your kids
So that's
free
one of the
ride.
many things going on throughout the day on both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is pony rides are going on for kids. Free pony rides. That's sponsored by Jill Tinkle State Farm. And there's an entire kid zone. So
Yeah, and the kid zone is like sort of cordoned off, so
Yeah.
your kid won't escape the area.
yeah.
Don't try me on that because that's a whole different. That's a hold my juice moment. Look, Mom, I can escape.
Yeah. Not going there.
Yeah. So
But it's the carnival rides for the littler ones, and so it's a fun thing for them. But yeah, that's going on too.
very cool. June 2nd through the 4th. It's coming up this weekend. Have some fun. We'll see you there. And like I always say, if I don't see you there, I'll see you right here on the web.